Changes to NAPLAN are about to kick in. The changes reduce the number of bands into which children's results are placed down from 10 to 4. And the bands have these names: exceeding, strong, developing, and needs additional support. But if you're in Year 9 and you're performing somewhere between the 25th and 50th percentile, your literacy isn't developing. It's actually in really bad shape. It's the opposite of developing, and it needs urgent help. Perhaps it's time we stopped worrying about who we offend and focused instead on telling families the hard message that's needed to prompt action. Sadly, these changes mean that parents will no longer be able to meaningfully compare present results to data from the period from 2008 to now. And I gotta say, it stinks of changing the scale to mask evidence of the failure of the system. Australia's NAPLAN performance has not improved since 2008, and our international competitiveness has continued to slide. That's despite record funding. There is one upside, though, in these reforms. From here on, assessment will be conducted online and held in March instead of May. That means parents and schools will get individual results in July. So results delivered sooner will allow teachers a whole extra term to use that data on providing remedial assistance. But schools will actually have to take the step of providing that extra help for students. If they don't, well, the whole NAPLAN exercise is an utter waste. The Productivity Commission observed that the minimum standards in NAPLAN were set too low and pointed out that half of all students who don't meet national minimum standards don't belong to priority cohorts. That's people who are identified as having an attribute needing special help. And given the OECD has calculated that around 40% of Australian 15-year-olds were falling short of where they should be academically, that never catch up, and is limiting the life prospects of almost half of Australians. This is not good enough. Coddling terminology and so-called reform that actually seeks to obscure performance rather than illuminate it isn't going to get better results for students or a better bang for the taxpayer.